Today marks 50 years since the first ever game at what we now call Highmark Stadium.
It was a preseason game against the now Washington Commanders. And as one fan from Hamburg tells us, it was the experience of a lifetime.
It was pretty impressive. First game.
78-year-old Jim Manhart was one of some 80,000 in the stands the day the Buffalo Bills took to the field at this stadium for the first time.
It was a beautiful Friday night. They were playing the Washington Redskins. The Redskins were a very good team at the time. And of course, the game sold out.
The Hamburg season ticket holder says he remembers that preseason game pretty well. But stepping into Rich Stadium for the first time, for the first game, now that, he says, was unforgettable.
And we walked around to see the whole stadium, worked all the way around, and people were just like, looking around.
This is the first ticket.
Sports historian Greg Tranter says, much like we've seen recently, settling on the stadium details was no easy feat.
There was a contingent of people that really wanted to keep it in the city. There was a contingent of people that really wanted a dome stadium, thinking it could do more than just be football.
Tranter says it was supposed to be built by 1970. But it took several years for late owner Ralph Wilson and Erie County to agree. They eventually broke ground in April of 1972. He says it cost $21.5 million and took 18 months to build. From Rich Stadium to Ralph Wilson Stadium to New Era Field to Bills Stadium and now Highmark, it has seen some changes over the years. But for fans like Jim Manhart, enjoying the game with family and friends has remained constant.
When the grandkids get 8 years old, they're there. So that was the favorite part, going with the people. And then the people that we sat with, those guys behind me were there for 20 years. You get to be friends.
Yeah, it's all about the fans, It was interesting because Jim told me one of the things that he also remembers, which I didn't include in the piece, was how bad traffic was. He made it, for that famous kickoff, but a lot of people didn't. And so certainly a lot of folks now hoping history doesn't repeat itself with the new stadium.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Time will tell as that construction continues over the next 3 years. And, the difference from War Memorial Stadium to then Rich Stadium, now Highmark Stadium, and the difference from Highmark Stadium to the new stadium, exponential, I'm sure, once that comes up and we get in there. So we'll see.